I chose hockey because it was always in my family. My dad played it almost his whole life, and then my older brother played it when he was really young. And I just grew up and it was already in my family, and I just took on to it.
So I had the pleasure of coaching Ty. As a freshman, he played on the JV team, and I was coaching JV at the time. He was one of our top players right away. He had a big upside with his ability to put the puck in the net. As time went by, Ty became a two-way player. You know, I could count on him in the defensive zone, neutral ice. He did all the things that he was asked to do. He did play part-time JV as a sophomore, and it was a big plus to the JV team because when Ty came down, he was usually the best player on the ice. When I took over the varsity, it was Ty's junior year, and I was looking forward to the fact that I would be able to have this kid on my team for both his junior and senior year. Ty finished up his senior year with 10 goals and 22 assists, which says a lot about Ty because I always saw Ty as a goal scorer. He was that way as a freshman, sophomore, and even as a junior. For him to have 22 assists here just shows his development as a playmaker and ability to dish off the puck. He attracts a lot of attention because he is a goal scorer, but this year, you know, he utilized his line mates. But Ty's always been a consistent player, a kid that I can count on all parts of the ice, offensive zone, neutral ice, and defensive zone.
St. Peter's Prep Hockey is determination. Every game, everyone's determined to win. We're a fun team. We have our ways of messing around in the locker room and joking around, but when it comes to game time, we're always determined. The moment I remember from my time at Prep playing hockey, it was a game against Seton Hall. In the locker room, we were all pumped up. We had a lot of fans. I think it was a Friday night. It was a crowded game. We were all ready to go, and when we got on the ice, we really showed it, and definitely our best game we have played up to that point. And it was really nice to see us come out on fire and I think we won the game 5-1, and we just really showed who we can really be.
So I think of the Seton Hall game. We were playing at Cody Arena. It was our second game. We had already had a win against them earlier at our home game at Barnabas. One of our players was out sick, and we really had to rally around to get this victory. We had gone up 2-0, and they got one late in the first period to make it 2-1. Watching Ty, you know, I see him with the puck on his stick. He's racing down the ice. He's got a teammate to his left. Appears to me that he's making a pass across the ice to his teammate, and somehow somebody gets a piece of it, whether it was the defenseman, the goalie, and the puck now comes back to Ty, and he's literally on his knees and shoots the puck from his knees and beats the goalie short side. You know, watching the way that his teammates reacted, you know, the way they huddled on him, they jumped on him, it was really quite a goal. I didn't realize how special the goal was until I saw it on video. Wasn't sure even how it got in the net. I think one of the news programs called him, you know, Ty Pezzolla, the magician. How did he put this puck in the net? It really was a magical goal.
From this season, one of my favorite moments was
our second game against Bergen Catholic on their senior night.
The Bergen Catholic game. It was their senior night.
We were down 4-1.
We weren't having too great of a game.
We came back. They ended up scoring with a minute left. I thought it was just going to end in a tie.
I won the face-off, pushed it out to the right winger, Ty Pezzolla.
Ty Pezzolla, our second captain, goes out there.
Took a shot from the blue line and went right under goalie's glove.
And just scores.
Good team win.
Finished it 5-4 at the end of the game at the last minute.
We never stopped battling, kept going, pushing.
That would be my lasting memory of Ty Pezzolla, Bergen Catholic. Game winner, 5-4 with a minute to go.
I've never experienced anything like that ever while playing hockey. I'll remember that game for the rest of my life.
Ty is a silent leader. I knew right away I was going to put him in a leadership role going into this season by naming him a captain. He was always there. He was always a hard worker. Ty is the kind of kid who leads by example. So I think respect amongst his teammates is number one.
St. Peter's Prep Ice Hockey has shown me your team is your brothers. They're the closest kids to me in school. They've always been there for me, and I'll always be there for them, and it's nice to have that brotherhood.
So the Hobie Baker Award is a character award. It's talk about important traits such as leadership, coachability, sportsmanship. Ty's one of those guys. He was a fierce competitor on the ice, and he'll battle and battle and battle, but he always displayed sportsmanship. That was an important characteristic to receive this award. Ty is a product of his family. Good people. His mom and his dad, his grandparents, they were very, very supportive not only of their son, they were supportive of all the other kids in the program in general. Ty getting this character award as Hobie Baker says so much about his family because Ty's older brother Ryan also received this award when he was at St. Peter's. My boys both had the opportunity to play with Ty, be on teams with him. Both speak so highly of him as a kid, as a person, just his personality. It says a lot. I always talk about my hockey family. You know, there's no doubt that Ty Pezzolla will always be a part of my hockey family.
Once again, this is voted upon by the coaches within the board and conference. Honorable mention, all board and team, Ty Pezzolla.